So what if it's been 2 months since our last episode of the lineup? You think we've been sitting on our butts and getting fat? Wrong! On today's show, Shanker gets his trash talk on with Kevin Garnett, Andre Iguodala, and Usain Bolt. Aaron inducts a hockey game into the lineup Hall of Fame, and a British dude gets you caught up with all the sports game news. All that, plus... Wait, do I even want to spoil this? I mean, do I really want to give it away? Okay, just a tease. Oh! That reminds me of my last date with your mom, rookie! It's the lineup!
What's up, everybody? It's another edition of the lineup, only this time it's the Global Media Award nominated lineup. Fellas, we are up for some hardware.
Dude, it's gonna look good next to my Heisman.
That's
Dude,
right.
I want to know who the heck these judges are.
All I hope is that they can be bought because I got checks to write.
It's the only way we're gonna win.
It's the only way, but hey, you know what? We're up for an award. That's good because Shanker hasn't been up for anything since his parole hearing. But check it out. It's been a while since we've had an episode of the lineup, and we're gonna get you guys caught up with all the news that's happened between the release of Madden and now with our sports gaming recap. Check it out right now.
You'd think, by the slathering attention we paid to the trumped-up marketing campaign that was the Madden NFL 09 launch in the previous episode of the lineup, that the sports gaming year would be over. Well, surprise, sports fans, that simply isn't the case. The post-Madden letdown started with hockey, a sport that continues to maintain its relevance in the American sports fan's mind somewhere between pony fighting and elderly stripper conventions. Of the two, EA Sports NHL 09 comes out on top, largely by demonstrating artificial intelligence, which ironically also happens to be the prerequisite for actually enjoying hockey games. As if sliding around on ice and hitting black discs with sticks isn't preposterous enough, NHL 2K9 actually added Zamboni races into its game as a major feature. Look for next year's big feature update in NHL 2K10, octopus tossing. Speaking of tossers, it's time for basketball.
Nobody has a sweeter stroke than Ray Allen.
The good news is that hoops continue to be the last bastion of competition in the sports gaming business. The bad news is that even with all of that frenzied competition, the best feature anyone could come up with is glorified roster updates. Take NBA Live 09 for example, which started us off with something called Dynamic DNA. Here, player attributes are modified on a nightly basis according to what they do in real life. No word yet on whether EA scientists have managed to isolate the Manu Ginobili flop gene in his NBA Live DNA, but we'll keep you posted. While EA Sports announced Dynamic DNA back in July, it took several months for 2K Sports to announce its online roster counterattack in NBA 2K9. It's called Living Rosters, and it's all being controlled by a mystery man known as the 2K Insider. Interesting. While NBA Live 09 stat updates are coming courtesy of a respected scouting company, for all we know the 2K Insider is an unpaid intern whose wardrobe consists entirely of 2 pairs of soiled jean shorts, 1 pair of black knee socks, and a closet full of retro Atlanta Hawks jerseys. As such, we'll be watching Speedy Claxton's stats with a particularly critical eye this season. Then there's Blitz the League 2. In addition to a ton of brand new teams in the game, Blitz 2 featured, as well as a returning star role for Quentin Sands as played by Lawrence, an increased focus on using Clash to make the most of your, and good family fun. In soccer news, and yes, some Brits do call it soccer, Konami announced that they've taken over the Champions League license from EA Sports, and the company will be releasing the next version of its Pro Evolution Soccer series in November. EA Sports has announced support for up to 20 players simultaneously in its latest soccer game, FIFA 09. Just what we need, 19 other foul-mouthed, slightly racist morons all swarming around the ball that was ours to begin with. Speaking of foul-mouthed, slightly racist morons, back to you guys in the studio.
Alright, so now you guys are all caught up with the news. Guys, did that guy just call us slightly racist morons?
Dude, I don't agree with racist, but we're definitely morons.
Yeah.
He's obviously never heard my From the Bleachers work. Each week, I bring inappropriate comments. My record speaks for itself.
Well, you're good at two things then. You're good at offending people and X's and O's, right?
That's right, and we got a special episode. We're gonna be talking basketball. We got the foremost expert to break down all of NBA 2K9. Cue the cheese, baby. Welcome to X's and O's. Today we're going to be talking basketball with NBA 2K9. I'm Coach Schenker, and last season I boasted an online record of 3-0 and posted a 106-point performance by Kobe Bryant, so I know what I'm talking about. Today we're going to be taking a look at a cornerstone of nearly every half-court offense used in the NBA, and that is the pick and roll. The reason why the pick and roll is so effective is it can result in quality open shots for an offense even without elite personnel. To initiate the pick and roll on offense on the Xbox 360, you're going to hit right on the directional pad, followed by A. To do it on the PlayStation 3, it's right on the directional pad, followed by X. What this will do is direct one of your bigs to come and set a screen on the on-ball defender. The basics of the pick and roll is to have a large forward or a center set a screen at the top of the three-point arc for a guard. They can either elect to switch defenders, in which case the offense now has a personnel mismatch, or they can elect to stay with their original defensive assignments at the cost of position. One of the critical aspects in a successful pick and roll is choosing the right personnel. First, the perimeter player must be able to hit a shot from beyond 20 feet. Second, the perimeter player must be a great dribbler and have the speed to attack the lane. Third, the perimeter player must be a great passer. This will both affect his entry pass to the screener on his roll, and will also affect any outlet passes in case the defense elects to collapse on his dribble penetration. Finally, the screener must have a combination of both size and speed. The size is important to create the mismatch on a switch, while the speed is important to get deep position in the paint after his roll. Another important factor that will affect the success of the pick and roll is positioning. Generally, you want to start the pick and roll from the top of the three-point arc,
Here's Bryant,
or from either wings. Use icon passing when executing the pick and roll, as there's nothing more frustrating than having everything go according to plan, only to find yourself throwing the pass to the wrong player. You can pull up icon passing on the Xbox 360 by hitting the right bumper and the R1 button on the PlayStation 3. With the icons up, here we hit left trigger to hit the screener on his cut. Now that I've shown you the basics of the pick and roll, I'm going to show you how to defend it. There are 4 ways to defend the pick and roll. The first is to front the screen. Generally, the perimeter player will remain stationary as the big man moves over in position to set the screen. As soon as the defender recognizes the pick and roll, he'll want to close the distance on the perimeter player. What this will allow him to do is follow the perimeter player around the screen, preventing any switch at the expense of some position. Another more conservative approach in defending the pick and roll is to go around the screen. Here, the perimeter defender, instead of bellying up on the perimeter ball handler, will slack off and go around the screen to meet the perimeter ball handler to prevent his dribble penetration. The risk, of course, in going around the screen is it'll immediately give an open shot to the perimeter ball handler. A third approach in defending the pick and roll is the switch. Here, defensive assignments switch where the perimeter defender now guards the screener, and the screener's defender will pick up the perimeter ball handler. The strength of this defense is that it immediately closes out an outside shot, it closes out dribble penetration, and it prevents the screener an open look from within the lane. The risk, of course, in using the switch is the offense now has a mismatch at both positions. The final approach in defending the pick and roll is the trap. Here, as the perimeter ball handler goes around the screen, both defenders immediately attack the ball. The result is it restricts passing angles, it slows down the tempo of the pick and roll, and can result in turnovers. To initiate the trap, you're going to need to push the left bumper on the Xbox 360 and the L1 button on the PlayStation 3. Of course, if the trap fails, the screener is going to have a wide open look at the rim. For the most part, defending the pick and roll is simply reducing its probability of success. If you mix up your defenses and keep the offense on its toes, you can effectively confuse your opponent. Thank you for joining us on X's and O's. I hope you enjoyed this segment on the pick and roll and NBA 2K9. This is Coach Schenker, and I'll see you next time.
Not bad. Coach Schenker knows his stuff. But is he a player's coach?
Are you kidding, Aaron? All the players love me. Okay, I had a chance to work with Kevin Garnett, Andre Iguodala, Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt, would you teach him this?
Among other things. I broke down trash talking with these guys. That's my forte, Aaron. You know this.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, we had a chance to go to New York City to go check out the NBA 2K9 launch event, where I had a chance to speak with all 3 athletes, evaluate their trash talking game in a new segment we're calling Shank Talking. Check it. Shaker Srinivasan with GameSpot here in New York to cover the NBA 2K9 launch event. We got a bunch of NBA players here. We're going to get a chance to talk to them, get their impression on this year's game, and of course we're going to be talking with Kevin Garnett, who is the cover athlete for NBA 2K9. Let's get to that right now. Let's go talk to the players. Congratulations on the NBA championship. But do you think that you guys kind of got a little lucky game 4? Like if Kobe Bryant decided to stop trusting his teammates and he went into Kobe mode, would that have been a different outcome? Could he have gone Jordan?
Hey, look here, man. There's only one champ this year, and that's the Boston Celtics. We went into defense mode. We went into shutdown mode. And like I said, it's only one champ. One champ. According
to the game, you're the 11th best shooting guard in the game. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I got to get on about that. You know, I think one of my goals is try to get on the cover of the game. So,
who's the worst player in the NBA? Like, is there anybody like you're almost insulted that this guy carries around the same business card that I do? Anything like that?
Maurice Cheeks. He tried to get on the court with us, man. He think he can shoot. He got to run down the court. He can't do it. And then when we put the elbow on him, he can't handle it, you know, so.
Speaking about bad NBA players, Indians are very underrepresented. How many Indians do you know in the NBA?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I got to do my research on that one.
I know there was this one incident during the NBA Finals where Kobe Bryant was talking to you right before you were about to shoot some free throws, and I think you voiced like or something like that to him. I'm sure you were just saying, hey, Kevin, you're having a great game, man, but...
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was, right?
Would you be in support of some kind of affirmative action program that, like, mandated a certain percentage of Indians making it in the NBA?
I think that might be a good idea. And there's a lot of business going on in India now, so I think, you know, we moving to China, we might have to check out India. I heard something about, I think Walmart's opening a bunch of stores over there, so we got to try to move over there, too, so we might look into that.
I mean, we got 1 billion people. We got to have some studs out of 1 billion people, right?
It's going around the world. You know, you got all type of guys playing basketball now, so maybe one day we might get one in the NBA.
How's your personal gaming skill? I know you had a chance to see Andre Iguodala play a little bit. He's got some pretty mad game. Can you compete with these guys?
Yeah, I compete. You know, obviously I can compete. I don't play it as much as I would like to. Play with my guys and my personal friends.
We were actually at the NBA store doing interviews with KG all day, and he was begging me, like, man, we got to get a game in. We got to get a game in between interviews.
Be honest, Eric.
I had to take him down.
Oh, what? If you find yourself down by like 20, 30 points in a game of NBA 2K9, I mean, do you start going Kobe with yourself, or what happens?
I don't know what that means.
Well, like, I mean, do you just start, I mean, oh, God.
I'm joking. We got like a 20-point rule. So if you're down by 20, game's over. You got to start over.
Danilo Gallinari was playing earlier.
Okay.
Not so good. I think Usain Bolt smoked him.
Wow, Usain Bolt. See, okay.
Dude, he's good at everything, apparently.
Usain, how are you doing, man? What are you doing here? This is a basketball event.
Yeah, I know, right? I respect KG to the T, and I wanted to meet him all this time, so I showed up just to see KG, man.
I mean, so what are the chances that we're going to see you in a Boston Celtic uniform this next year?
Nah, there ain't going to be any chance. You probably see me in Jersey in the crowd cheering on KG, but I definitely won't be playing, but I love basketball, so I watch it a lot. I watch all the playoff games, so.
Any one of these NFL teams would love to have you. I mean, you're 6'5", you got blazing speed. I mean, would you be interested in an NFL career?
Yeah, maybe, definitely, because, pays a lot, that's sure.
No one would ever catch you. Who'd catch you? All you have to do is beat the initial bump, and then you're gone.
I know, right? So that's what I'm thinking.
Like Randy Moss never gets hit.
I know, right? He knows what he's doing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to get your ass whooped.
How would you respond to an Andrew Bynum claim that if he was playing in the finals, he would have probably posterized you?
I have no comment for that because that wasn't reality, so, you know.
No, he didn't actually say that. But if he did, I mean, I'm sure you would have, said something.
No, you address words with words, you address action with action. You know, someone's entitled to their opinion.
At what point during that 100-meter race did you realize, hey, you know what, it's over? Like, was it at the 25-meter mark? It's like, oh my God, I got a good enough start. I'm gonna rock these guys.
I said that to myself, actually. I said, all I gotta do is get a good start. I got a good start. I was like, all right, I got this.
You know Terrell Owens, right?
I heard he was talking stuff, but I ain't scared of nobody. So if you feel you can beat me, all I gotta say is bring it on, man.
Do you bring a lot of trash talk to your NBA game?
I just speak the truth.
I don't trash talk. And I don't get a lot of guys who do trash talk against me.
The game can be as mental as physical, you know. When you're competing, sometimes, it ain't about the trash talking. The actions sometimes be louder than words.
Is there trash talking at the Olympics or when you guys are racing?
There was, but nowadays we stop that stuff.
There's a couple guys on Boston who trash talk.
Man, I don't know exactly what I say every night.
Sam Cassell talks a lot. Paul might talk a little bit.
Gary Payton's probably the biggest trash talker I know of. He and Michael Jordan.
I'm so focused in the game, I don't hear it.
On the day, it's all business. We're gonna see us. We ain't gonna smile with you though.
When I'm out there, I'm trying to win by any means necessary. You know what it is, man. Trash talking is all about the action part of it. If you're talking trash, you can't back it up. Don't talk trash. It makes you look bad.
Well, based on the results, it seems like Andre Iguodala truly does have some skill. I'm going to have to play him online sometime, give him a little bit of a reality check. But until then, we're signing off. Be sure to check out all the latest news on NBA 2K9 on GameSpot's.
Way to make all those NBA players and Usain Bolt feel really uncomfortable. Good job, Shanker.
Are you kidding me, Brian? They love Shank talk.
Dude, you made up a quote.
You made up a quote.
Yeah, that's great journalism. You know what kind of reaction I got from those guys? They started opening up to me.
You punched in the face.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Check this out. We're enough basketball on this show. We're going to move on to the other big fall and winter sport. Of course, we're talking about hockey. Aaron Thomas got something special for you guys. What you got?
Not just hockey games, the hockey game, NHL 94. This game's so great, I almost failed out of school. And in honor of that, it's the second inductee into the Lineup's Hall of Fame. Watch the ceremony now. NHL 94 was released on March 15th, 1993 for the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and a few other platforms that don't matter because anyone worth their salt played the game on the Genesis. The list of features that made and still make NHL 94 so great is a long one. Fast, fun gameplay, and simple, responsive controls resonated with even non-hockey fans, which is no small feat. The game had real team names, which was certainly cool back then, but it's even more cool now because you can play as classic teams like the Winnipeg Jets, Quebec Nordiques, and Hartford Whalers that sadly are no longer in the league. In addition to real teams, NHL 94 used real rosters, allowing you to play as all-time greats like Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Brett Hull, Chris Chelios, Mark Messier, and many more. Where NHL 94 truly excelled was its gameplay. The controls were so good that EA's latest hockey game, NHL 09, includes a control scheme called NHL 94. Pretty good, huh? There's never any shortage of goals, that's for sure. Thanks to effective dekes and the newly added one-timers, the lamp was almost constantly lit, especially if you were going up on the screen. For some reason, it was just much easier to score that way. Sucks to be you, player 2. But NHL wasn't just about offense. There was no shortage of huge hits. Just line them up and bam, that dude's in the bench. Oh, what, the whistle blew? Boosh! I didn't hear no whistle. You couldn't make Gretzky's head bleed as you could in NHL PA 93, but you could knock players out if you hit them hard enough. Look at him squirm, and then he's dead. That's great. The game's presentation might not blow you away today, but it had tons of little touches that made it great. Ron Barr broke down the matchups before the games. You could use instant replay to rub a sweet goal in your friend's face. Errant slap shots would sometimes break the glass, and fans would throw hats on the ice after a hat trick. There was even a crowd meter that told you just how loud the crowd was. But far and away, the best part of NHL 94's presentation was the music. Just listen to that organ. How can you not love any game that has a Whalers theme song Brass Bonanza in it? It's not possible. We could go on and on about what made NHL 94 so darn awesome. That's precisely why it's being inducted into the Lineup's Hall of Fame. Hey, organist, play us out.
So there you go. That's our Hall of Fame induction for NHL 94, a classic game, Aaron Thomas.
Still a great game.
Absolutely.
I want to play now.
Well, we are going to play now because, guys, for the last few months, the three of us have been getting tons of flack for not knowing anything about hockey, not knowing anything about Canada. But you know what? We're going to prove everyone wrong. We're going to take on an actual Canadian in the game that they invented, NHL 94. So, Homer, get me a Canadian in here right now.
What is this about, eh?
Where are you from?
Ottawa.
That's not Canada. Get out.
Posers.
Maybe she was Canadian.
That's not my problem.
Next.
All right, now this is more what I'm talking about. Brendan Sinclair, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Let's test. I heard you're from Canada, but let's test the theory. Where are you from?
Toronto.
Jersey or sweater?
Sweater.
Who won the war of 1812?
We did.
That's pretty Canadian.
Good enough for me.
You ready to play this game?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we got to decide one period apiece who goes first. Not it.
Bring it.
It's America versus Canada, NHL 94, baby!
Going down, Canada! It's time. America versus Canada. The game, NHL 94. Brendan, who are you going to be?
I'm a Blackhawks fan, but they're totally broken in this game, so I'm going to go with the great one, Los Angeles Kings.
I'm going to go with the broken Blackhawks. The other guys are too chicken to start off, so I'm going to play the first period. Brian's going to play the second, and Shanker's going to clean up Canada.
You say so.
USA! Are you ready to do this, Captain Canada?
Let's do it.
All right, let's drop the ball.
It's a puck, actually.
Whatever. I'm
Aaron,
totally...
you need to get us about a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, at least.
All right, I'll show them what's up.
Use the cheese. Power the cheese.
Oh! Does not look good for Canada.
Somebody call Brian Adams. Boo, icing? I don't even know what icing is.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
We're on ice. Isn't that the point? Why is that a penalty?
Isn't Canada all ice? It's like they don't even have pavement. Minute 13. Brendan has no shots on goal, I think.
For Canadian,
I've got one.
Well.
You got one shot on goal?
At least. Had a breakaway.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
Backhand.
This is the greatest victory since the War of 1812 for Canada.
Brian, now it falls on you. 6 seconds.
Get it in. Push it in.
Thing.
Dude, why is the
Stupid
clock?
crease.
Come on.
Is this how fast the clock moves in Canada? What the?
It's
Why is
Canadian time.
Yeah, look at those seconds.
Well, they only have 24 minutes of daylight. All right, so
All right.
first period.
Go listen to some Alanis Morissette.
Good stuff, Aaron.
Man.
Thanks for the 1-1 lead. All right, so Aaron managed a goal in the first period, and so did Brendan. But the problem is I've got the second position. I've got to make sure that Shanker doesn't screw it up in the anchor position. So I've got to play this game. Hopefully I'll score a goal, because we all know Shanker isn't going to. Can someone remind me of the buttons in this game?
B's the pass, C's the shoot.
Okay, let's do this. Second period. Second period, it's on.
Now, Aaron, you played this guy. Give me some insight into how Brendan plays.
All right,
Is he any good?
He's got a weird accent. You got to watch out for that.
Okay.
Oh, in the bench. Have a seat. Wayne Gretzky will never win the big one.
See that?
He won it 3 times.
All right, dude. He's going to need some help. Let's go.
All right.
No, that's cool. It's cool. I got a goal right here. Goal right here.
Yeah, USA! USA! USA!
Don't.
No!
Brian, come on, man. Keep it close. Keep it close.
Just some good help, guys.
God.
Way to help him out.
All right, 15 seconds left.
Oh, cheating, interference, hooking.
Holding.
No, icing.
Well, hey, you know what? I'll consider giving up 1 goal. Victory.
All right.
Victory for America!
We're in trouble. As it always happens on the lineup, again, I have to come and save the day. So looks like I'm down by 1 goal. Brian didn't do us any favors here, and I gotta play hero here. So let's get to it. I'm about to whoop you at your own game, Brendan. What do you think about that?
Bring it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, you're going up.
Yeah, I got
Where
you.
you want
I
to go?
got you.
All right, this is where comeback starts.
Aaron, you sound like you got us a 3-goal lead or something.
Yeah, the worst part about it is that we have to cheer for Shanker. That's not fun. That's an uncomfortable position.
Think of it as cheering for America.
I had a much better plan of attack. You're willy-nilly.
Come on, Shaker.
Come on, you had the goalie was dead.
You are worse than Rush.
Dude, are you?
Dude, don't make fun of Rush.
Pass the ball.
I'm actually now cheering for Brendan.
Oh, that's going in! Oh!
What's up now? What's up now? 136.
How you like that, Toronto?
Dude, I'm about to put it away right here. How about I just end it right here, Brendan?
One last push up the ice for LA.
Look at that.
They have a leaf on their flag. All right, all right.
More there.
All right.
You're sweating. I saw that bead of sweat trickling down. Was there any doubt I'd deliver with the Kobe-esque performance third period? 0 shots on goal, Brendan. You ready for overtime, baby?
You know, yeah. Let's settle this.
Okay.
We're gonna settle it like real men, though. Out on the ice.
Out on the ice.
The ice.
A real ice.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, Brendan.
Let's do this.
Are you sure you can still move?
make this interesting. Loser sings the other country's national anthem at the end of the show.
Not a problem.
You guys do have one, right?
Yes, we're a real country and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Wow, Brendan.
We'll
I'm
see.
impressed. You sure you can still move?
Get your ass out there.
Holding! 5 yards!
Hey, you ever heard of a check? You can hit this guy.
What was this one?
High sticking!
On who? That's sport, Aaron. This is a contact sport, Aaron.
I'll tell you high sticking.
What?
Bring it!
This is a contact sport. You want to do contact?
Personal foul! Penalty box!
I'm coming for you!
Right here! Right here, mother! Yeah! Dude. Hey, he's in the crease! Interference! Goalie interference!
Ball start! 10 yards! First down.
I hate hockey.
Well, guys, I guess we owe Canada and Brendan an apology.
Apology accepted.
Whoa, I don't apologize for anything. I dominated the guy out there.
Dude, you were in net. It was all your fault.
Okay, Brian, you had your face down on the ice the whole time.
Your face was in the ice the whole time,
Look,
too,
look,
buddy.
look. We lost. We got a bet.
We got some singing to do later.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Brandon. We appreciate it for beating our ass. And right now, we're going to send you guys off with an extra point with Jeremy Roenick from the San Jose Sharks. And we have one more episode of the Global Media Award nominated The Lineup to go. And it's our year-end spectacular, Aaron.
A year-end spectacular.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to unveil our sports game of the year, and that's going to be in early December. You guys do not want to miss this show. For now, for Shanker, Aaron, Brendan Sinclair, and the entire country of Canada, we want to say, we'll see you guys next time on The Lineup.
Who's your all-time favorite athlete, hockey, non-hockey, and why?
Michael Jordan's always my favorite. I grew up with him playing in Chicago, and watching the way he's handled himself and his professionalism and the way he carries himself on and off the court has been it's been a true inspiration for me. And he's a great guy, and that's one thing that I like about people that are successful in their sport is that they can be good guys and they're polite and they treat you with respect, and that's all you can ask for in a person. And I've really enjoyed being around Michael in that aspect.
Do you have an all-time favorite video game?
Yeah, my all-time favorite is Asteroids.
Really?
And Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. See, I'm an old schooler.
That's old school.
Very good at those. I'll kill these kids at playing Asteroids, guaranteed.
You've been in the league for a long time, so what's the hardest part about being a professional hockey player?
It's just consistency. It's being good day after day, having the pressure that being an athlete and being a high-paid athlete brings. It's just keeping that up and making sure that you keep up a reputation with the fans and you allow them to enjoy it. And, it's hard. It's not to mention how the body gets beat up, and getting out of bed every morning is difficult, and the injuries, but the consistency that you have to keep up year after year is the most difficult.
If you hadn't become an NHL player, what would you have done with your career?
I would have probably been a pro golfer.
Really? A lot of golfers in hockey.
I like to think so. Either that or I'd be a sportscaster.
Oh yeah, well we've seen you do that, and you're very good at that.
This is a year where Sharks fans, I think, are going to get to sip from the cup.
Or an actor. I'm acting every day.
Break it up! Chill out! Just take a walk.
All right, final question. We asked Patrick O'Sullivan the best way to win a face-off. I want to ask you, what's the best way to win a fight?
Best way to win a fight is not to get hit dead square in the jaw. That's the best way to win a fight, is not get hit dead in the jaw, and I think you're going to be okay.
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much. Go Sharks, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Canada, my home and native land. I don't think that, but Geddy Lee is Canadian. That's got to count for
Brian Adams and Wayne Gretzky and Brett the Hitman Hart is awesome, even though he doesn't wrestle anymore.
Okay, you have lots of frozen wasteland. That's a great natural resource that we don't have in this country. Oh, Canada, you're north of us, and that's pretty impressive. Your citizenship.
Oh, Canada, I'm
we stand hard.
Canada, Canada.
That's pretty good.